I'm gonna give it my best shot. Let's see what happens. Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. It's been a while since I've uploaded a challenge video, so that's exactly what I've got for you guys today. But before I start, you guys know the drill. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, ding ding ding. And if you don't want to watch the entire video, I will be including timestamps in the description so you can skip ahead to the section that you want. Now onto the actual challenge. For those of you that have been following my channel, you know that last month, pretty much every Tuesday, I was uploading a different challenge video, and none of them were my challenges. They were all challenges that I got from other YouTubers. The first one was the 30-second push-up challenge, and that was issued by Browney. Browney, for those of you who do not know, is a fitness YouTuber, and he also held the official Guinness World Record for the most push-ups in 30 seconds. He accomplished that record by doing 54 repetitions in 30 seconds. Well, 1 week later, Greg Doucette decided to try and beat him, and he became the unofficial world record holder by accomplishing 56 repetitions in 30 seconds. Simon Miller, he also attempted the 30-second push-up challenge. I believe he got somewhere around 52 push-ups in the 30 seconds, and then I ended up attempting it as well. I ended up getting 57 in the 30 seconds, and then, of course, Browney had to reclaim his record, and he accomplished 60 repetitions. As it stands right now, I believe the current record is somewhere around 63, but that record keeps changing every single week, and I'm sure by the time this video goes up, it'll probably be even higher, but that was the 30-second push-up challenge. Then, the following week, Simon Miller ended up issuing the 100-rep squat challenge. The way that that challenge worked, you had to use an Olympic bar and perform 100 repetitions in 100 seconds. Well, I ended up taking the challenge, and I was able to almost get it done. I ended up doing 100 repetitions, but the 100th repetition came just as time was expiring. But overall, that was the challenge for that week. Then the following week, Dr. Strange had issued me a challenge on my YouTube channel, and coincidentally, it was the same challenge that Jeff Cavaliere from AthleanX issued on his channel, and it was the 100-second dead hang challenge. When Dr. Strange issued it to me, it was a 2-minute dead hang challenge, so I ended up completing it for 2 minutes, and Jeff Cavaliere, I believe he did something around 1:15 minutes, and then the following week, Jeff Cavaliere from AthleanX ended up issuing one more challenge, and this time it was a 50-rep pull-up challenge. The way that that challenge worked was you had to perform 50 repetitions of pull-ups in minimal amount of sets and in the fewest amount of time. I believe he accomplished it in 8 sets in just over 8 minutes, and then when I did it, it took me about 5 minutes and 8 seconds, and I was able to accomplish it in 6 sets. But that's pretty much the challenges that went on last month. That pretty much keeps us up to date with all the challenges that have gone on so far. Now, there haven't been any new challenges issued in the last few weeks, so I decided why not make up my own challenge for you guys to try, and hopefully maybe Browney, Greg Doucette, Simon Miller, and Jeff Cavaliere will all see this video, and maybe they'll attempt the challenge too, because I think this is going to be a fun challenge just to try out. The way that the challenge works, it is going to be a body weight 1-arm row right into half of that weight for 20 repetitions. And I'm going to go over the rules in a little bit. One of the reasons why I'm doing this type of challenge is because for those of you that do follow me, you know that pulling is my bread and butter. With regard to my pulling strength, it's always been my strongest area. Things like squatting, deadlifting, and pull-ups, those have always been my best lifts, so that's why I wanted to do a pulling challenge. And with regard to some of my PRs, one of my PRs was I did manage to accomplish a 3-time body weight deadlift. Back when I weighed 158 pounds, I was able to deadlift 475, and then a few months ago, I was also able to accomplish a 2-time body weight deadlift for 20 repetitions. A few months ago, I was 157 pounds. I did 315 for 20 repetitions. I'll include a link right up over here if you do want to check that video out. And then with regard to my upper body pulling, one of my PRs was a 170-pound weighted pull-up on the rings. I was able to do that for 5 repetitions, and at the time, I weighed somewhere around 160 pounds. And then earlier this year, I believe it was around March or April, I was able to accomplish 7 1-arm pull-ups. So those are pretty much my strong suits. So I wanted to do a challenge that kind of addressed one of my strong suits, because all of the other ones that we did in the past were not exactly my strengths. So this one's going to be really fun for me personally. And for those of you who watched my 12-month advanced program design template, this is where the challenge comes from. In that video, I went over 12 different programs, and in those programs, I went over advanced training methods. One of the methods that I discussed in that video was a drop set. And one of the drop set methods that I described in that video was called the halving method. For those of you who forgot what the halving method is, or for those of you who did not watch that video, the halving method is you take a weight and you perform 6 repetitions with that weight. So you're taking your 6th repetition maximum. Then you drop that weight in half and you immediately perform 20 repetitions with that weight. So the way this challenge is going to work is we are going to use the principles of the halving method. Whatever your body weight is, that is going to be the weight you are going to do for 6, and it is going to be a one-arm barbell row. That's right, barbell, not dumbbell. Because it's a barbell, it's going to be a lot more difficult because you're going to require a lot more stabilization of the bar. A dumbbell, it's nice and compact, so you don't really have to worry about it tilting forward or backward. So that is part of the challenge. Then, immediately you are going to cut that weight in half and go into a one-arm dumbbell row for 20 repetitions. Now, in terms of the actual rules, I have 6 rules that you need to follow if you want to complete this challenge. Rule number 1, no lifting straps. If you do need help with your grip, chalk is going to be okay. If you need to wrap something around the bar, something like paper towel, that's going to be okay. Me personally, the barbell that I use, it does not have a center knurl. So because it doesn't have a knurl, I'm going to be using some tape around the center. That's going to be okay if you want to do that too. Anything you need to help your grip, but you cannot use lifting straps. Rule number 2 is that you need to rest less than 5 seconds between the first and the second set. So once you do your body weight pull for 6 repetitions, you have less than 5 seconds to get into the next set. If it takes you 5 or more seconds, it's invalid, it does not count, you need to attempt it again. Rule number 3, the hand that is on the bench, that elbow, you want it to be as straight as possible. If you have a little bit of a bend, that's gonna be okay, but you don't want excessive flexion of the elbow, because what's going to happen is if you have excessive flexion, you might be tempted to extend your elbow and use it to gain some momentum to help you with the row. But you're not allowed to do that. You want to keep the elbow that is on the hand on the bench fairly straight. Rule number 4 is the body weight row that you are going to be attempting must be completed with an Olympic bar. Rule number 5 is that the elbow that is pulling, it must break 90 degrees. If you do not break 90 degrees with your elbow, the lift is invalid, it does not count, you need to attempt it again. And then finally, rule number 6, when we are doing the half weight, so whatever weight you are choosing, you are going to be performing repetitions until the dumbbell makes contact with your chest. If the dumbbell does not make contact with your chest, it is an invalid repetition, it does not count. But those are basically the requirements. So for me, I weigh 158.8 pounds currently. I am not going to be using my fractional plates because that's going to be a pain in the butt to be able to stack them on. So instead, I'm just going to round up to 160 and see if I can do it. And for my second weight, I'm going to be using 80 pounds. And for those of you, I know a few people are probably going to watch this video thinking that I am using fake plates, and no, I'm not using fake plates. I'm just really, really good at pulling. And if you don't believe me, here's a video of me doing some one-arm pull-ups. And if you think that that video is fake, then you must think that I have an adamantium cock and that Magneto is lifting me up and down. I don't, and he's not. That was just me pulling myself with one arm. But anyway, on to the actual challenge. Real quick before I actually get started with the one-arm row, I'm actually at a huge disadvantage because even though I said I weigh 158.8 pounds, about 25% of that is beard. So I'm actually lifting about 25 pounds more than my weight. So that's gonna be pretty impressive that I could do 25 pounds more than my weight with one arm. But anyway, I got the weights right over here. The blues are 45 pounds, the blacks are 10, and then I have some 2.5s on the end. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me just tilt the bar over there. And I'm not sure if you could see the 80 pounds, but there it is. So I got 160 on the barbell. I'm gonna attempt 80 on the dumbbell. And as I said, my hands get really, really sweaty like a W in church. So I'm going to be using a little bit of chalk so I am able to actually hold on to the bar. Again, your body weight, 6 repetitions with a barbell, and then for the set of 20, you are going to be using the dumbbell. Less than 5 seconds in between. So I'm gonna go ahead, let's see if I can get this done, and I'm gonna give it my best shot. Let's see what happens. All right, it has to make contact with the chest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, that was was able to accomplish it. Maybe it wasn't the prettiest form, but I was able to do it. I'm gonna have to go and look back at the tape. I'm not sure if I was able to crack 90 degrees with the barbell, but I know for a fact that all 20 repetitions with the dumbbell made contact with my chest, but I'm gonna have to go and review the video. Alright, so I ended up reviewing the tape, and all of the repetitions with the barbell were clean. The elbow break broke 90 degrees on all of them, so I'm really happy I was able to do that. If you want to give it a try, go ahead, film yourself doing it, comment on my video so I can actually watch it. Just say that you did it, post the video on your page, and yeah, it would be really cool if we could get a bunch of people just trying to attempt this challenge. And if you're not strong enough to complete this challenge, then what you can do is go to my channel. Right up over here, I'm going to include a link to my program design series. The way the program design series is, it is 20 separate videos, and it is over 6 hours worth of program design lectures. The first 10 videos, they're nice and short, anywhere from 4 to 13 minutes. I filmed those ones last year, and then this year I decided to revamp it and just update a little bit. So the 10 program design lectures that I did the last 10 weeks, they're a little bit longer. They range from 15 minutes in length all the way up until 1 hour. So if you are interested in learning how to design a program effectively, then go ahead and check that out. A lot of the information in that program design series is from the course on program design that I used to teach. So if you want to get a really good program design course without having to pay the money for a program design course, then go ahead, check out that playlist. And yeah, that's pretty much it for today's video. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to smash that like button so I know to make more of these types of videos in the future. And if you're either new to the channel or haven't subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell, as I will be uploading new videos every single day. That's it for today's video. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you again tomorrow.